GamesWeasel.com. Review.
At last, Fallout 3 is here and everyone's very excited about it. I guess that's because everyone loved Oblivion so much. Call me weird, but I just couldn't get into Oblivion when it first came out on the Xbox 360. But Fallout 3 is set in a grim post-apocalyptic future with lots of sci-fi stuff going on in it, so it's much more my cup of irradiated tea. You actually begin the game as a baby. The last time I played as a baby in a game was when I played Jack the Nipper on the Spectrum, but this game's far more complex, of course. It's here, quite aptly, that you go through the usual tutorial of learning to walk, interacting, etc. as you flash forward to your 10th birthday and then into your teenage years. It's a long tutorial as you roam around Vault 101 where supposedly you're born and also die, but it is very entertaining also. No one comes in or out of this vault until of course a fateful day where you escape the vault and hunt the ruins around Washington DC to look for your dad. Of course there are going to be similarities with Oblivion, but also Deus Ex. The scale of the game is immense and it really does feel like a living, breathing world. In atmosphere stakes, less is more here. The wind howls as you walk into the wilderness, creatures attack you and others, and it's really eerie when the sun goes down. There are plenty of people in the world to meet and decisions to make as you work your way through the game. Will you choose to blow up a whole city or just save it? Will you free a bunch of slaves or dob them into their masters? Will you even succumb to your hunger and become a cannibal? It's all your decision to make. There are 20 levels in the game, and every time you level up, you can choose where to make your character stronger. Lockpicking, sweet talking and gun specialisms are just the tip of the iceberg. So what's combat like? Well, you can choose to aim and fire as if playing a first-person shooter, or use the VATS system, which freezes time and lets you target specific parts of the body and even enemies' firearms. Depending on the range you are from your target and on the condition of your gun, you'll get critical hits or miss entirely. It's a great way to play and flow seamlessly with the real-time combat. There are also plenty of places to explore. Some will be told to you and others you'll just come across completely by accident. Old townships, museums, lone shacks and scrapyards all feature, as well as an underground system of subways which link locations together. These serve as the dungeons you may find in other RPGs. There are some negative points, but they're not too bad. Playing in third person is a bit rubbish, but it's useful to switch into just to see what your character's wearing, so just stick into first person to avoid that one. And because you can fast travel to locations you visited, which is great for saving time, it's all too easy to walk back to a place to heal yourself before heading back to your next batch of enemies. Still, if you love role-playing games and you've been waiting for another huge adventure to call your own, the wait is over. Fallout 3 gets a whopping 9 out of 10.
You've been watching a review from Games Weasel. If you want to get the show each week, which includes video game reviews, news, previews, competitions and special features, then head over to GamesWeasel.com for our video podcast, Games Weasel TV.
GamesWeasel.com.